site known as the Bickerton site. This was struck down in favor of the borough, and of interest to this group, Union Township resident testimony was considered as one of the deciding factors. We are now discussing constructing a comparable site in Union Township with the same concerns. I'm also concerned with statements made during the last meeting that insinuated a lack of ability to support firm contingency requirements with regards to this pad's construction, primarily water assurances for those of us on natural sources, air quality around the site, noise concerns, and runoff and flooding potential. We have been establishing a precedent in this township for lax regulation, and it is imperative that we evaluate the historical context within our own community with regards to this and future expansion. With an expected lifespan of 50 plus years, and in EQT's own words from their project binder, a change in the land use from farmland, woodland, to commercial industrial due to oil and gas activity should be regarded with serious consideration towards the future implications of our township. I'm also very concerned with the stated desired goal of impact fees, something I'm currently not encouraged by when considering the state of affairs in this township's financial state. This community needs strong leadership. We need fiscal responsibility to manage this. Impact fees have been criticized as one of the most mishandled offsets in Pennsylvania. What assurances do we have of the potential risk of our property values that these impact fees will be used for the community? Let's learn from our mistakes. Let's look forward towards the future of gas development properly with firm regulation by this community. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The microphone is not on. It was.
Darla?
Okay, is it on now? Okay. Darla Savko, 68 Aber Road. And I just want to read. We have a quality of life ordinance in this township, and the purpose of that ordinance was as follows. The township continues to enact rules and regulations concerning the maintenance of properties in the township. The purpose of this ordinance is to promote the health, safety, and general welfare of the township by helping to create a clean environment that will improve the quality of life for township residents. If we are to follow this ordinance that was enacted, we would want to include certain conditions in our conditional use permits that promote these words. These sites need to have continuous air monitoring, water testing for residents with wells or springs, noise monitoring, and site plans to stop flooding after construction. I also think that this board should postpone the vote on this permit to make sure that we have adequate safety plans in place and how to handle responses. We had an issue at the compressor station this past Saturday, and we still don't know what was coming out of the stacks. DEP and the PA Department of Health have both been contacted with no response. We called 911, and our response was a fire truck with 4 guys, and we told them it was emissions and that there was something that was making our throats burn and have a headache, and they said they would go over to the station to find out what was going on, and the last thing we heard. No police responded to the incident. If that is the response to residents calling 911 over an emergency, we better go over our emergency preparedness plan again, because we cannot handle any type of gas emergency at this point. There better be a plan in place on who's supposed to respond and what they are responding to. There are more than just fires that we need to be worried about. There are chemicals that could be in the air, spills that affect water. If we have procedures in place, then someone needs to be responsible. And again, no police responded to the incident. Also, at the last meeting, the McIntosh compressor station was brought up, and that it was an expansion of a station that had been there since 1940. This is incorrect. That station that's there since 1940 is the Hartson compressor station that is FERC regulated because it is a transmission line. The McIntosh was built as a gathering station specifically for fracking. The gathering pipelines from various wells go into the McIntosh, which this is another point to raise with the Sarah well pad lines going to the McIntosh, which per EQT is that capacity. will need to be expanded, which is the rumor. We have so many problems with that station that an expansion is going to be a problem. Too much noise, too much pollution already, it will only get worse. Thank you.
Thank you, Darla.